Sector 3. Okay, so, what's important to say is information for those that didn't see the first stream of this. This is Craig's Sons. It's vaguely FTL-like strategy sort of game. Doesn't appears to be more focused on a narrative forward pushing experience than a replayable roguelike sort of experience. We're a clone of some great admiral woken up on the outskirts of the galaxy because we got this secret clone facility in case things go wrong or something like that. Basically the most important technology is run by these AI dudes, and that just kinda stopped for everyone everywhere like 15 years ago or something, and we're trying to find what's going on and deal with the scrappers that have kind of taken control in the meantime, and find out about their leader mother and stuff like that. So we've got ourselves a overarching ship here. It's got a handful of upgrades you can get along the way. A lot of the upgrades are more utility. Like the one we got maxed here gives us more free fuel when entering new sectors. So you have both ship weapons and squadrons. Kind of your main offensive power is through the squadrons. The ship weapons tend to mostly only target enemy squadrons, and then use your squadrons to actually take out the enemy battleship. Like, both of these weapons can't target the battleships at all, but this weapon that we started with and are still using can. Otherwise, yeah, those squadrons have a bit of a rock, paper, scissors sort of thing, with a fourth one that's kind of just weak to all of them but ranged. So you've got fighters, drones, and frigates as your rock, paper, scissors, and cruisers are your ranged ones, and they can have various other attributes. But mostly fighters are better than everything, so we're mostly just using fighters. Let's see, we've got augments. We've got one that makes coin flips 100% chances instead for events, so that's kind of neat. Otherwise, so we've got overarching sectors. This is the third sector of Chapter 1. There's like a boss at the end of each sector. You go through the sectors, then within each sector you've got systems where you explore and do fights and hit stores and all of that jazz, and yeah. That's pretty much an overview. Yeah, exactly, Brenda. Rock, paper, scissors. Well, no, we've seen some paper, but the thing is, like, paper only, like, wins against rock. It doesn't crush rock. And rock is good against rock. And rock is good at, like, really good against scissors, like ludicrously good against scissors. Rock is also good against battleship, and rock is also good against cruiser. So paper exists, and, like, you know, paper will beat rock, but it's not like a dominating defeat from paper. And I mean, we still have some scissors we can deploy if they have some paper. No, I've used cruisers multiple times. They're just, well, the one fight went super bad, but that was miserable. But cruisers, if you have the right setup, like if you've got the basically deployable walls, that's going to make cruisers a lot more viable. but you are burning a weapon slot for that, so you're doing that instead of hurting the enemy directly, which is somewhat questionable. Like, cruisers aren't terrible. We've still used them a little bit since then, but considering if the enemy closes range on a cruiser, it's completely neutralized. It's hard to use them too well. Ha, Ed. That sounds about right. Yeah, that just sounds about right. Alright. Yeah, I mean, let's go into a store, right? Yeah. Hey, SD. He's okay. So far, from what we've played at this point, it's kind of in the category of worth playing, but not like blown away by. So, you know, enjoying it, but like it hasn't felt like too amazing, right? All right. So we got a scrapper. All right, sure. Sotage. I'm getting out of the game, imp. Gotta live the final days of my tumorous life on a nice tropical planet somewhere. Take this weapon. I don't need to blow up ships and people anymore to feel good about myself. Oh, okay. That is not a sort of experience I have had with a scrapper thus far. Alright, so this is a Tesla 1. Let's see. Yeah, that one's only got an 11-second charge, but it's only a line of 3. No, this one's 4 times 8 damage. I mean, honestly, probably just stick with my piercer laser. Yeah. I mean, it feels like I can use the Tesla 1 a lot more easily than the Tesla, like, 4, which is kind of, terrible. Because the Tesla 4 had, like, a 500,000 second charge time, approximately, so... Greetings, Mr. Smokes. I imagine you can try, Smokes. We're just starting off, so there aren't going to be too many people here yet, but you are welcome to ask. What does the higher end Space Bender do? Oh, just teleports further. He's still 25 seconds charged, though. Let's see. So our resources are, we've got fuel, we've got scrap, exactly like FTL scrap, and we've got commandos. Commandos are, people have been calling them drone parts. They aren't really drone parts, but that's approximately their value and rarity. But commandos are essentially red shirts that you sacrifice to go on ground expeditions. Well, it was an approximation, Miranda. So something thereabouts, anyway. Yeah, see, that only sells for 37, but they're like freaking $150 selling a Tesla cannon was probably worse than this one. That's the plan in general, Karima. Save up for the fourth dock there. Oh, we're actually using the plasma over the cannon right now too, aren't we? Forgot we had that much to sell. We can buy the fourth dock right about now if we feel so inclined. That's what Past Self decided, right? We're using the nuke and the executioner. That's pretty good. I mean, this little laser we started with is low damage, but it's also low charge time, you know? Hey, some regrets. There's a fair bit. It is fairly well executed for what they're trying to convey. I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe the Cannon Mark III is better. I don't know, this actually being able to hit the enemy battleship is pretty useful because we can delay their squadrons respawning by tapping it for more damage with this. So I kind of feel like I'm just gonna keep using this and sell off the Cannon Mark III instead. Hey look, we could already afford the last squadron slot. Probably go ahead and do that, yeah? That's probably cromulent. Yeah, so this lets us man 4 squadrons at a time instead of 3. So there is a rebel fleet advancement, and you can essentially make one lateral move. Otherwise, you have to go straight towards the end. So. Wait. Why am I here? I was supposed to be here already, right? No, I am here, right? No? I was supposed to be here. Whoops. I don't remember anyone. Maybe someone did comment on this when I moved here, and I didn't think about it. Yeah, because we were planning on going down here, and they commented on it, and I thought I still had this planned out, but I did one. Okay, I did beef it. Yes, and I didn't actually realize until now. All right, well that was the plan. So now we either toy with the Rebel Elites or whatever their equivalent are, or we go for the pirate cash instead. So what I remember someone saying is that, yeah, it stops the progress, right? So if we go down here, we fight a hard fight, but then we can proceed from there and it's fine. But how hard is the fight? I guess that's the question. Hey, Ad Hoc. It's low reward. Maybe it's like average difficult, like same difficulty, but low reward. I imagine we could take it. All right, let's try it. Let's test out those mechanics. We'll go talk to the blind child that drinks battery acid or whatever. And then we get to go to an abandoned auto factory. Sort of, Merinda. Sir, I got R&D for you. We apparently have an R&D? Why do we have an R&D? Sir, I hope you don't mind, but since we had a little time on our hands, we went ahead and built a little weapon prototype out of scrap. We think it'll be really help you blow our enemies up. I really like Idaho. That's still not shady. Don't you think you should have asked for permission first? Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right, sir. But, it's almost complete. I don't have the money. Alright, well. Finish it later when we have enough money. Where's that option? Well, break it down so it's not used for scrap, I guess. Not a problem, sir. I mean, it's not like we stayed up all night putting the finishing touches on it or anything. Well, if you were putting the finishing touches on it, why do you need 46 more scrap? Answer that, R&D. Alright, so here's why we've got the fuel scavenging upgrades, so we can say no whammies, and get nothing but whammies. Alright, good. Good. The sector had a shipyard, okay. Let's check out the abandoned auto factory then. Hey there, No Home. That is a rough spot to be in for sure, Mr. Spokes. That is, yeah, certainly some level of labor violation. I don't know what your overarching relationship is with this company and such, but they're very much jerking you around, either out of greed or they're falling apart and not able to pay. Both are very problematic. Hey, Iron First. Damaged civilian tanker, sir. This is scrapper attack written all over it. Checking it out. I shudder to think what happened to its crew, but we're in luck, sir. Those scrappers missed some Neo-In and refueling tech. Just one? Just the one. Alright, well. Ambushed by mutated creatures. We got double abandoned auto factories. No one has got all the skills to do good resource extraction, huh? About 50%. That was all over the place. Alright, well, we only lose between 0 and 1 commandos, so can't complain too much about Sidon and Sophia. She's done good work. So how this works, well, you'll mostly see, but we basically send in 1 officer, we send in up to 10 commandos, and we obtain some amount of resources in the process. Every officer has there's 9 total skills they can have. An officer has either 2 or 3 skills, and those skill checks either help you keep your officer and commandos healthy, or help you get additional loot on the expedition. Like the skills over here are going to help us get a lot more loot, but all of our commandos are going to die and our officer is probably going to get injured, in which case we don't get the loot anyway, so... Yeah, that's quite possible too, Formal. It could just be a, yeah, basically falling through the cracks or poor management or things along those lines, bad communication rather than active malice. I shouldn't jump to active malice. A lot of times it's just more indifference or laziness or being overwhelmed with other things. That still doesn't mean the situation doesn't suck, but yeah, I mean, kinda need to. It's really hard to be in a spot like that, but I guess, like, if possible, probably be firm and be like, hey, look, you owe me money, pay me. Do you want me to keep working for you? Pay me. That's the start, and then you've got this whole being assigned to a clearance you don't have on top of that, which is also problematic and poor organization. Lava world. What's at the bearded auto factory? Oh, you got the skills for that. Alright, 53 scrap a doodle. These are hacking skills to avoid all of the dangers. So there's this whole system that you can like retreat part way, but you don't, like either lose your commandos or your loot if you retreat part way, and it just seems really weird, and like you almost always want to just do safe stuff that you can like get a reasonable amount of loot rather than risky stuff where you might get more but you might horribly fail and need to retreat. So I don't know about this retreat system. Ambushed by mutated creatures. This is Iron Furnace, yep. Pretty good haul. Nothing special, just raw cash, but... Hey, Hypersphere. Yeah. Twitch wants to help it out. Church ship. Greetings, Admiral. For only a small donation to the church, I won't blow you up with my far superior battleship. All things considered, I think you'll find this a most generous offer. Oh, well, we can use our like reality alterer, or we just have the talent to talk them out of it anyway. Greetings, believer. Who are you? Me? Just a lowly believer, counting my days until I can enter the Garden of Light and Metal. I have sent a transmission to offer my humble advice. Which is what? Don't accept our scrap. Ha! And why not? The scrap of the ship, full as that ship is of non-believing Imperial vermin, is tainted. Yes, I suppose it would be. I hadn't thought of that. And, tainted as it is, I do not believe it should be mingling onto your ship with the more virtuous scrap of the church. Yes, I see your point. I'll tell you what, keep your filthy scrap. Consider this a one-time holy favor. Thank you. You're most gracious. Can't we just, like, blow him up and, I know. And, take the stuff? Hey there, JT Jack. It just, came out. Oh, there's the pirate transponder. You want to repair our drone Mark III? Man, the repairs of the higher ones get more expensive. Yes, good eye. Hey, just work here. This would be nice. This is a super automated reloader, but not selling off squadrons to pick that up, I don't think. And these aren't good enough for me to go out of my way for, probably. I wouldn't object to having another Minotaur fighter, but... Let's see if we can do even better later on here. Let's see, and then there is a store over here. We want to buy one more fuel, at least. That happens, Igrets. That certainly happens. Alright. There's enough events that want you to have extra fuel to give away and stuff. We'll do that. Alright, let's fight an elite and see how that goes. Scrapper forces have found us. Okay. It was actually pretty unclear when they introduced the mechanic that it was the scrappers that apparently are hunting for us. Wreck. Mom told us to kill you. Not much more to say than that. But yeah, I guess I would say, Spokes, that it sounds like you probably shouldn't rush to quit if they've been reasonable otherwise. But yeah, try to make sure it doesn't go on too long, and make sure you do get paid what you're owed, even if you have to fight for it. Alright. Towers there. So terrain things, there's sometimes little defensive tower things that mostly you just avoid. There's asteroid fields which you can hide in to absorb damage. The combat mechanics are such that so you can deploy a number of squadrons, where we can now deploy the max of 4 here. If a squadron is defeated, that squadron bays on cooldown for a while, a number of seconds that you can buy upgrades to reduce. And you're able to rebuild squadrons that get destroyed, but they are considered patched status, so they have half health. If a patched one gets destroyed, it still just comes back as patched. So you don't run out of squadrons, but you can kind of be overwhelmed or whatever if they take down your ships faster, and you have that cooldown, and meanwhile, while their squadrons are down, you can be pummeling their battleship directly. Alright, so they're deploying some weak fighters and a explosive drone. I mean, being able to take that out of range is theoretically nice, but drones move too fast for the cruisers to take them out of range before they explode on us anyway, for the most part, so not a lot to be done there. Mostly just deploy a bunch of fighters and wreck their face, right? That's standard operating procedure here. Like, theoretically, this frigate is, decent up? Nah, whatever. Just more fighters. just fighters for days. That's how this works. Oh, what weapon do they have? A flat cannon. Everything just sounds like a flat cannon, seems like. Oh. Why did you move next to the, oh well, it avoided the hit anyway, that's fine. So, you can attack their different systems. They've got whole squadrons and weapons. If you damage the system, it makes that system weaker in some fashion. They've got reinforcements coming, in addition to their squadron spawns here, but that's 27 seconds off. They're going to be dead before that, I think. So, when we, well, two things happen here. One, we did enough damage to the squadron system to disable it. So this does two things. One, it prevents them from spawning squadrons for a little while. And two, they've got a negative effect because the squadron system is damaged, so they are slower and do less damage. The second thing is we destroyed one of their health bars. So now we get pushed back briefly here and stunned before we have a chance to then re-engage. Alright, so they did spawn some more units over here. Let's just, oh, no, not you. Not you. You're shooting this. The first weapon's on 5, not 1. Okay. Just, shoot those jerks. Sure, we'll just execute them. We killed their suicide exploder dude, so you know, easy peasy. So Blockaded. Roll on. Alright, so I mean, maybe that path was actually the best path to take. Fighting the elite didn't cost us nothing. Right. Yeah, that is a rough spot to be in, Spokes. Civilian ship, sir. Incoming message. Yuri Gomez. Delta, we need your help. Moridul Iraq sick is Istanbul for visit. I mean, they clearly said they need our help. They could need our help. Oh yeah, feel free, Marina. Alright, send some commandos in. Alright. Message was a warning not to come any closer. Okay, well. So did the civilian ship along with it. We've lost our team. Well. I made the worst call that you can make. Alright, well. The message clearly said they needed help. No whammies? Okay. Passable. Alright, picking up a message from this beacon. Want to see the stars? Want to protect your loved ones against hostile enemies? Then sign up today for the fleet. After all, if it's good enough for Admiral Idaho, it's good enough for you. As a reminder, we are a clone of Idaho. Environmental disaster. Although the cryopods are actually not that important, right? Okay. We could risk as an officer to have a chance at getting a new officer. Yeah, I guess we don't do that. Guess we go ahead and don't do that. Ad hoc. Key research station, sir. Looks inactive, but the key destroyer can't be too far away. What's up? Getting a recorded message. Despite our best efforts, number 11 died today, and because of the shutdown, it appears we won't be receiving additional test subjects. My team wants to pack it in, terminating research we've spent the last 5 years working on. But how can we give up now after all the work we've put in? Which is why I've decided to continue the research with myself as our next subject. Maybe we will succeed yet, despite the chaos that goes on all around us. Maybe we won't. I guess only time will tell. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say things probably didn't end well for Dr. Akira. Alright, send in a commando team. Let's see if they die horribly. You can if you'd like, Brenda, yeah. Lab coat's torn to shreds. Must have left. Smells weird. Trying to remember the rest of the star map. I mean, I think like the prudent choice is to pull them out of there, so let's continue the search! Smell is strong now. Really dark. Yeah. How much of a joke are giant alien spiders? Alright. Giant alien spiders status, no joke. Oh, well, hold on. Wait, why couldn't we have done this to begin with? We knew there was danger. Alright, well, whatever. Send in a specialist officer to stab them. You're the best at killing beasts. I don't like to brag, it's unbecoming, but, you know, as they say, so is modesty. I'm pretty sure no one says this. You want this beast dead? Then, yeah, I'm the person to do it. I'm here, sir. That thing really did a number on our team. I feel like I'm standing on the floor of a slaughterhouse. It's hiding from me, sir. Can't say I blame it. I'd hide from me, too. Must be getting closer. Smells bring tears to my eyes. Tears of happiness. I love beast smell. This is some writing this game has. The mushroom treatment. Never heard that phrase before, Spooks. Hey there, Coda. Greetings, Runestream. And hey there, Cretino as well. Not something I would admit, personally. Hold on. I think there's something crouched over there in the dark. There you are. Ugly sucker, aren't you? Well, what are you waiting for? Apparently it laughed, like, evilly, and now it's dead. Alright. Okay, now it's dead. Any idea what it was? Not 100% sure, but I think it's that scientist, sir. Dr. Akira. Her eyes. Damn thing had her eyes. I guess her experiment went a little off the rails. She's been guarding a nice collection of scraps, sir. Probably took it all off the poor SOB she's slain over the years. Will you get back with me now? Oh, before I go, guess I should ask. You want the head? I don't think that'll be necessary. Thanks. Thanks anyway. Just thought I'd ask. Some like the head. Decent chunk of change. Oh, what else do you want this time? Same thing? Oh, no. Sir, I hate to complain, but we're twiddling our thumbs down here looking for a bit of direction. Anything particular you'd like us to work on? I mean, like, anything? So 2 would probably be like an augment? I mean, who needs to strengthen our hull when we don't get hurt? Our hull has been hit, to be fair, but not dangerously. Squadron's probably the most prudent answer. But if they get a good enough weapon, it could maybe replace our laser that we started the game with. Squadron it up. What? Why is there a second prompt when it already said it costs scrap? Yes. Oh, we were talking about fighters specifically, Marinda. There are different types of squadrons, and fighters are the best, so... I feel useful again. A drone Mark III. Okay. Reasonable. Yeah. Boo earns. Boo earns, I say! But essentially, we could already have like 4 pretty good squadrons out, so having more is mostly only helpful if they die, or if the enemy is running a lot of specific types of a lot of frigates, I guess, that we want more drones for. So getting an extra drone available for that is helpful, but back and forth between that and combat, Cretino. Oh, that's where the Neo-In child is. Oh, we're gonna want to buy extra fuel for the child, aren't we? We might only be able to buy 2 fuel here. I'm gonna go to one of the other beacons and then probably the shop. Scrapper battleship. Shiny tech new! Maybe I can retire after I scrap it. Alright, so we just take this long way here. They're fielding a bunch of drones. Hey, the type of things that are weak against fighters. Although they are the suicidal ones, which sucks. And they've got a flak cannon. Oh, and they've got a squadron speed bonus, it looks like. Sure. We didn't have a better fighter option than that right now, do we? Like, no, not a frigate. I was talking about theoretically that one. But... oh yeah, this is the one that can steal me extra scrap. Theoretically, if I want to min-max, I should be doing that, huh? That's pretty tedious, though. I don't think I'm gonna bother. Yeah, let's put that one there, actually. Okay. Making sure we don't accidentally walk in range of these turrets here. I don't see any good way to prevent a lot of this just exploding all over the place, so we'll do what we can. Alright, that's not too bad. Just take those out. Okay. Yeah, we want them healthy. Alright, we'll send that one back. This one should still be fine. Oh, when we get pushed back from the destroying a health bar, is it gonna push into range of this turret? I think it might. It's got 15 health. I should maybe just dunk that turret then when my weapon comes up. Dunk that. They get to spawn 2 squads, but then their squadron system's damaged for a little while. Nice glitches. Alright, I was waiting for that one to die. Although I probably should have just, no, don't move there. Should have just ignored that to get damage in faster, since we don't really care about our health as other than the last health. Aw, rude. Their flak hit that. Flak is super chaotic, just kinda hits 10 out of 33 squares in a massive area. I mean, I could deploy another squadron, but, you know, it's not really gonna do anything. Alright, well, our Minotaurs got wrecked, but got a weapon to mostly just sell off. The kind of cruiser enabler weapon, it can make a line of 4 cells that units can't move through. Hey, Dread. Okay. I feel like since they're like a battery drinking kid, we probably want to have extra fuel available to give them, so we want to go there sooner rather than later if possible. Just when you thought you destroyed all the ships you possibly could, another beauty enters your world. A dense pile of asteroids. What do you got? Oh, that's the scrap stealer. Alright, just fighters and drones. Hey, 88. It is decent. What was the cooldown on that? It was too much, right? Not too bad. 17 seconds. Still not good for the first assault, though. Yeah, I mean, their build encourages me to just go rock, 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 rock again. The standard build. Let's see, they've got extra speed. We try to get frisky and fight in the asteroids to theoretically our advantage. Yeah, that's our primary combat, is via deployed squadrons. Oh, they're looping around. You gotta actually go for my base rather than just go directly towards me. You don't wanna dance, friendo? You go back here to head them off then, I guess. Huh? Actually, here, you just go about your business, probably. You guys just, do your thing. Head over here. The other two could probably take about fine, honestly. Oh, you guys should probably head over here too, huh? Not that it seems terribly necessary, to be honest. Seem to be handling it fine. Pew! 75 scrap-a-doodle. Salutations, Onmar. Yeah, this is what I figured. We can only buy 2 fuel here. What does a flat cannon at 3 look like? Just more oh, it targets 20 cells also. Heavy nuke. What a piece of garbage. 100 damage, 125-second charge time. Yeah, here's the Tesla field generator we saw earlier that I was complaining about its long charge time. It's got a 50-second charge time. No thank you to any of that. Ooh, Fighter Mark III Ghost. Yeah, that's the crappier stealth one, right? Yeah. It's Impaler. Oh, that just targets the enemy battleship. That's only 1.6 DPS. Like, that's not good. Hey there, Fugsy. Near the end of chapter 1. I mean, 100 damage will kill almost everything, yeah. All standard squadrons. Alright, well, we probably pick up the Ghost just so we have another fighter, because fighters are the best. Let's sell off the Stark Matter Cannon. Oh yeah, that's true. There is a, I think there is a pre-igniter sort of thing. That does sound like the only thing that would make a heavy nuke usable. But it's still not, like, honestly that amazing. Compared to, just, you know, a standard weapon that would, you know, do, like, 30 damage to all of them, 35 or whatever. Well, the thing is, Eltris, I believe I have had 0 fights that have gone to 100 seconds. It's a cooldown. It's exactly like FTL cooldowns, Eltris. So it starts uncharged. These people at Forefront are my officers, right? They can have special abilities that give you like bonuses. Like one's got like basically like a reloader effect, so my weapons have a lower cooldown because I've got that officer. Already sold it, Calandris. Yeah, I mean, I think that really long fight that we actually started out by being on our back legs, that one probably was still only like a 70-second fight, right? The word they use is delay, but generally speaking, it starts at no charge and has to charge up, just like in FTL. Alright, buy another fighter. I guess we're buying these commandos, even though I don't think they're going to do anything, but I don't think the scrap's going to do anything either, so there you go. We can't repair any other squadrons. Moseying on. Not any particular reason to sell any of these off, is there? I don't think so. Oh yeah, you're right, Calandris. I forgot about ship upgrades entirely. I'm not too concerned, but yes, optimally I should be spending that money on some hull upgrades. Here we are, sir. The supposed location of the Neo-In child. What do we do? Neo-In being the fuel source, neo-neutrinium, the last element discovered inside most stars. Send a message to the station, Lieutenant. Ready when you are, sir. This is Admiral Idaho of the NS Odysseus. I've come seeking the wisdom of the Neo-In child. Incoming transmission. Let's see. Admiral Idaho, I've been expecting you. Welcome to my station. I am the 21st Neo-In child of these sectors. The Silent Sisters have ground some Neo-In, and I have snorted its mystical blue powder. Visions fill my mind even now as I speak to you. You have come seeking answers. Maybe I can provide some. Go on. What questions do you have? Sure. What shut down the Omnis? There's a lonely girl with no face. You met her, and yet you didn't. She is everyone, and she is no one at all. It was she you used the key. Lonely girl with no face. You met her, and yet you didn't. So that kind of implies Admiral Idaho did, or a former clone did. She's everyone, and she is a no one at all. That quite possibly means nothing. And yet, search as you will never find the lonely girl. For space is cold and dark, and the screams within go unheard. These are the words of the Neo-In. What does she mean? I don't know, Lieutenant. Sure. How do we turn the Omnis back on? We know that to save the people of these sectors, we must reactivate the Omnis. But how? It is uncertain if that is possible. But first the scattered child must become whole again. If that condition is met, and only if, the heir can receive the final answer beyond the far end. The scattered child? The answer's beyond the far end. I don't understand. I am only a voice for the words of the Neo-N. I cannot also translate their meaning for you. But is there nothing else you can say? Only one more thing. Travel to the end of the cluster and speak to Mother. She can provide you with additional information. That is, if she doesn't kill you first. I'm afraid you do not know all you need to know to begin your journey. These are the words of the Neo-N. Alright, well, where's Mother? You will find Mother near the folder in the deepest sector of this cluster. She has positioned her warship there in hopes of one day entering other clusters. Her ambitions go far beyond our sectors. It'd be best to avoid her, Admiral. Why is that? Because she will kill you. Many times. Each time more painful than the last. These are the words of the Neo-N. Let's. If your stream might be broken. Don't know about that. May I speak to a silent sister? They do not speak, Admiral. They cannot. They have no tongues. Mother removed them. You have other questions still. I do not. Hey, Gemini. It's just as well. The effects of the drug are wearing off. Admiral, we must try to save her. She's just a child. Do not try to save me. I occupy this position by choice. Yes, I will not live long. The Neo-N does not allow for that. A cancer rapidly spreads throughout my body. I feel it everywhere. And yet, I have been fortunate in my 11 years. I have seen many great truths of startling beauty, and also wretched darkness. But, tell me something, Admiral. Yes? What is it like? What do you mean? The Omni on your ship. But how did you... Well, it's kind of just chilling. It's in front of this giant window, so... May I see him? They shut down long before I was born. I've heard stories and am most curious. Yes, here he is. You know, the last Omni that appears to be functional in possibly the entire galaxy. We're just, you know... What's up? I don't understand. This is what all the fuss is about? These are the machines who were worshipped as gods? He seems kind of disappointed. I wish you luck, Admiral, and many battleship weapons. In Mother's sectors, you'll find both are needed. But that is true. There is an actual other reason to have more money, huh? Does that mean we go back to the store instead of The unknown beacon. Probably correct. These supports, by the way, are just for manning more crew to those positions, more officers. We don't have any other officers that have abilities that would be helpful for any of that. So the only things that really do anything for us are squadron dock recovery, so that if a squadron's dunked on, it only takes 9 seconds to respawn a new one rather than 11, or stronger hull. This is pretty meh. It means our systems are wrecked less quickly, pretty much. Like, it does something, but not a lot. Oh yeah, we've got this possibly too, don't we? Oh, does the mission end if we lose all of the commandos? That's a thing too, right? Oh, only if officers are injured. Okay, well. On we go then, I guess. Let's go in. Let's get, hopefully some cash money in addition to the officer that we probably don't care about. And, assume we don't need, any commandos after this. Hey there, Thomas. Well. More cash money to spend. What could possibly go wrong? I don't know if I even want to thank you for the continued support if you're bringing Bubsy into the picture, Pete Clever. Thanks, Pete. Oh, there is a fast forward button. I didn't even know this existed. We got another officer we probably don't care about. We gotta have all our troopers right. Oh, we had discretion. Oh, well, there goes all our troopers. Hey there, Kane. Now, what's our new officer? A versatile fighter. I don't think it really matters, but if it does... That's our only one with demolitions, right? So we could trade hacking for fighting. Hacking and fighting are both good skills, but I like the hacking plus engineer combo. That's worked really well. So, see you later, new person that we just rescued from a cryopod. Go back to your cryopod. We don't want you. And now we found extra fuel, so I can actually go here and then back to the store to sell off my reality device. Enemy ship firing on us. Rude. Get a Pierce Laser 2. Oh, that's got a longer... Oh no, I have a cooldown reduction though. This is still the completely wrong way to phrase this. Like, who thought this was a good idea to say that the heat sustained by systems for the battleship weapons are times 1.5? Like, the way that's phrased is clearly a downside, but it's not a downside. So that's just weird. Well, that's not what it does, I don't think. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is, Calandras. Yeah, okay. So I didn't even understand what this is. I thought their weapon system took less damage, less heat damage. But, I guess theirs do more if they directly target my battleship with them then. Oh, they've got healthy ones here. Maybe we shouldn't have taken this fight. Oh yeah, this is the weird teleporter one. Yeah, that could be pretty good, Calandras. Oh, they did target my hull to start. Rude. Let's see. Probably don't want to dance with them in asteroids. We could, a little bit. We could do this, maybe. That's just gonna get stuck by them, though, isn't it? Wait, just attack them. Wait, where are you going? Where are you going? I told you like 3 times to just attack them, and you're like flying somewhere completely different. You know, maybe I should have brought out weaker units, honestly. So I didn't get patched on one of my important ones. It shouldn't matter much, but... Hey there, Synthetic. I think it's decent. I'm not blown away by the game, but I've been enjoying it so far. I don't think it tells you about it, but it's definitely a thing, Thomas. Yeah, if you try to move away from enemies in combat, you basically just get wrecked. You mostly just don't do that ever, I would say. It's only at 2 health bars. We'll deploy a frigate from this slot to deal with these popping out, probably. So do we want this one? Cruiser would be okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have realized the retreat if someone hadn't mentioned it. I would have just tried to do it manually, probably. Alright, this is fine. Rude. What's the hull critical effect? Officers cannot use their ability and critical repair takes twice the time. Sure. Oh, I probably should have shot this so it's off cooldown again faster. The frigate can only deploy to there? Rude. Wait, why was the time so far off? Like the time it predicts for you to move to places is really bad. Oh, that blocks all officers' critical abilities. Right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yes. Oh, wait, it said that was... So it doesn't actually tell you what's spawning there, even though it claims to tell you what's spawning there? Alright. Sure. Rude. Excuse me? I'm pressing 6. Why is this doing nothing? Oh, these were not visible. Yeah, they were still slightly delayed on their spawns. Alright, well that cruiser's going down too then. Gross. Yeah, this is all getting wrecked. So having extra slots would let you bring in more people to repair at least. Oh, they repaired their squadron system damage too. Nothing to be done there. All you can do is, I guess, move it to here and try to stall. No, you can't even stall. You just die. That's what cruisers do best. Oh god. The control movement doesn't let you change from your current, it only lets you, or it doesn't let you add to your current. You have to do it all the way through to plan a control movement path. Okay, they're all going that way, so just, oh. Well, I mean, do we actually want to kill off, things faster right now, or not? It's like, we can fire a weapon, kill this off, but, is that what we want to do? Probably still. Although it's not like they could even move from here for a little while. Yeah, we're still gonna do that. Why did you cancel your movement? I don't know why things just refuse to do what you tell them to a moderate amount of the time. It's a little frustrating. Oh, they're going to that one. Okay. Put that on top of them. We've only got 3 other squadrons after this, so... should be fine. Hey, Carl Rivik. Yeah, exactly. When they get reinforcements, they don't take up a squadron slot. Assume this probably makes the most sense. Yeah, we don't need to wait on it. Just dunk him. Let's see. Probably fine actually just deploying a patched here. We don't need anything else to get hurt. Reinforcements are just AI garbage, basically. AI stuff that comes in to be stronger for them. Yeah, there was one fight we had that they had like 11 or 12 ships spawning in, but we just bum rushed their battleship and took it out before any of them spawned. I mean, I haven't got reinforcements yet. There might be some way that we can, but as far as we have yet seen, we do not. Although we've got indirect reinforcements, I guess, with our breeder effect. Like we could kind of get reinforcements that way. In a manner of speaking. Seconds. Man, breeders do garbage DPS too. So we can free or spawn a free crappy drone, or just go up here and yeah. Why don't we just do more damage to him? Smashy, smashy. Yeah, I don't need to deploy another drone there, did? Oh, we did get 7 stolen with our little cruiser thing. We got 5 ships wrecked, though. That sucks. Alright, well, I'm going back to the store. We can't repair here, though, but I don't think this fuel does anything else for me, so... So we could buy... another Mark III drone. If any of our hurt drones seem too bad to use now, we could sell them off. Technically, we could probably sell extra officers off too, right? But I'm not gonna do that right now. Yeah, like, this thing doesn't even fight other ships at all. It just seems so bad. I wonder why the cost effectiveness of this is so much worse. Because that gives us 45 health, this gives us 80, but that's after we've already upgraded it once. And additionally, when a whole bar is destroyed, it disables the enemies for a little while. Going okay, Krima. We're about to go fight Mother, I believe. We did. Rebel Elite was much easier than the fight we just had. This normal random fight. This is also pretty decent. That is part of it, Iron Furs. Okay, that is fair. You don't have to re-buy them, but you do have to repair them. I believe it costs 33 to repair a whole bar. So I still don't think that cost or ratio is correct, but yeah, that's part of why it's priced that way, I guess. Oh, the last one only goes from 9 to 8, not 9 to 7, and it still costs more? Okay. Be that way. Greetings, Invenerable. Hey, Cancel. It's not too bad on the UI front here, but yeah, it's gonna be a little hard to parse at first for sure. The cruiser seems terrible to me, just awful. It does such a small amount of damage to the enemy battleship at such a slow rate, and it can't do anything else. Heavy nuke does nothing. Might as well just read no effect. It's got a 125-second cooldown. Well, sort of, Red. Like, losing a full hull bar also gives you an advantage, though. Because it disables and, like, it pushes back and stuns the enemy ships nearby. So there is some benefit there. I mean, the only fight left is the sector boss. So... we did spend all of our commandos, yes. It's probably better than the other drone ship, although, well, I mean, is it though? Like, oh wait, we would have to sell something to buy the drone ship anyway. Like, we do have worse things, but... since our stuff's pretty wrecked up, we're actually gonna have to do a bit of a slower tactical fight next time, probably. Scanner just lets you see what the jumps are coming up from further away. So none of our options really do that much. Oh, we can exactly afford this and this. Which I feel like doing just because. Alright, just because. Done and done. Yeah, now I'm gonna, like, if it doesn't have any hidden, like, blue options or anything, doesn't seem particularly exciting. I mean, it's relatively cheap, but it should be even cheaper if it wants me to buy it. Alright, sector boss time, or chapter boss time, even, at that, huh? Let's find out how this fight with Mother's gonna go. After this quick break, we have been going long enough. It's time to take a break, refill beverages, all of that. But thank you all for hanging out. We'll be back momentarily, and then we battle Mother. See you shortly, folks. That's right, this break brought to you by Milk. Delicious. 2% milk. Greetings, Fanatic. And, yeah, Calanders, that, I mean, it seems like maybe they should just make it so you can't see the expedition sites at all from further out without the scanners. That would make the scanners a lot more viable. Let's hop back into it then, shall we? Hey, Teamsley. As is 2/3 of the world, Teamsley. Most people are actually lactose intolerant worldwide. It's not a terribly natural thing for us to drink or otherwise consume. It's Mother's battleship, sir, and this cluster's folder. Incoming transmission. It's hard to not do just like an excessively cliche voice here. The whole milk that I've looked at doesn't have less sugar than 2% cathonic. That might be a regional difference. Folder is it's a pyramid instead of a cube, you know? Look at you and your shiny Telos battleship. So cute. As First Admiral of the Empire, in the name of Oberon, I demand something stupid. And Idaho is a dumb character, man. Demand? You demand nothing, Admiral. I don't know what hole you've been hiding in, but we're free now from Old Man Oberon and his metallic gods. We'll restore these sectors once more to their natural state, Mother, whether you surrender or not. Whether I surrender? You are too much. Not much longer and you'll be my plaything. I can't wait to get close to you. Literally born yesterday. But I feel like we've, it's been more than a day with this many fights, but, so if this is to be believed, it's a bunch of drones. Call to arms. For 80 seconds, 5 incoming enemy reinforcements units are added to the battlefield. And you've just got to flag one. Okay. And just constant boomer drones until the end of time. And 4 health bars. The sandwich point. None? Question mark? Shaking my head, Iron Fist. Shaking my head. Yeah, I'm still got a breeder. It might be a fight for it, but we don't want to lead with it. Those are neutral rocks that we can potentially use to our advantage. Mm-hmm. Might deploy those. Let's see. They might head for the base here. Can intercept at least some in this vicinity. Trying to claim the asteroids, basically. The asteroids won't last long, but they will help us dominate the initial volley, potentially. Or at least break even with it, considering there are 7 versus 4, right? It's like, what I want to do is have them get here before they can, but I don't know if I can make that in time. I don't think I can. Oh, you're going that way. And this one's just killing at the asteroids over here, huh? Finish that off, it'll not quite pop them, the other ones. Oh, they actually gotta go chase after this one. That's, interesting. I think I'm probably fine with this. So we just did a nice, 20 ramming damage there. Boom. Yep. Okay. Alright, dunk on that. Yeah, their booms did hit their ship. They only do half damage to the ships, but that's pretty nice still. Yeah. Wait till more of them spawn. Yeah, there we go. Probably could have got a little better than that, but that wasn't bad. Actually, I'm gonna tell you. Alright, well, you're down then. Here's our free drone. $30 for the big wave. Oh, oh, they do have officers. Probably could have spawned this a little while ago, but there's probably some notification, but I don't notice it at all. Like, it should have a more distinct sound, probably. Probably be good. Our nuke's up. We should just pull back and try to dunk them, right? That'd probably make the most sense. Don't even need to use the free drone as bait, you see? Can bring in another wave to immediately start firing on them. Hey, Nucade. Wonder if we could rush this. Five plus their 4? Probably not. We do a lot of damage though. It's probably only a moderate disaster if we beef it. Okay, and they have another couple seconds before they actually show up. Ooh, full health ones. That's pretty gross. Also, they're dead though, so, you know, works pretty well. It's funny. I always thought I'd die from my tumors, not at the hands of an Imperial Admiral in a post-Imperial universe. Finish me off, Admiral. What are you waiting for? Hey, Spherical. Oh, that is an issue, Spherical. That is an issue. See, like, why are we asking questions that we know... like, we know she didn't do this, but I guess she might say something else about it. Ah, shit. Why have you terrorized these sectors? Why have you waged terror in these sectors? Do you have any idea what life was like here before the shutdown? You nobles with your omnis, you never did care how the other 99% lived. You didn't care because we were the ones who did the dirty work. I mean, it doesn't really line up narratively with the... I mean, obviously the idea is it's supposed to be kind of an about face of who the real villain is, sort of thing, but like, pretty much just like peasant people living on garbage planet, like not the literal garbage planets, but mediocre planets, still relied heavily on omnis, and the omnis allowed them to live there, and like a lot of the people using omnis were not living like kings. Let's we'll put it that way. We'll see what else she says about it, though, I guess. Jobs in your mines and factories that you believed were too far beneath you and your precious, beloved machines. I did those jobs, Admiral, for years, and so did my parents, and their parents before them. Your kind promised us a chance to be rich, a chance to own an Omni one day, a chance to rise. Lies. Nothing but lies. And all those lies were a bomb waiting to go off. That bomb went off the day the Omni shut down. I'm sorry that you did not live as you dreamed. I am. But that doesn't condone what you've done in these sectors. You're right. It doesn't. What can I say? The violence. Once I started, I discovered I liked it. You have other questions, don't you, swine? One guy was willing to live on a trash planet, yep. Fine. We'll ask this question that she's gonna be like, yeah, I didn't shut down the Omnis. The Omnis? That's all anyone wants to talk about. Why not talk about the injustices the Empire created? The absurdity of a system that revolved around pieces of metal. Surely you remember, Admiral, that the cost of one Omni was more than a person like me, a miner, can make in a lifetime. Why don't we talk about that instead? But as much as you want to think I shut the Omnis down and know how to turn them back on again, I didn't, and I don't. I benefited when they crashed, yes, but I didn't crash them myself. Believe what you want, Admiral. It makes no difference to me. You know, who did? I can't say, and to be honest, I don't care. Besides, if I knew something, why would I tell you? Because we're dying, all of us, noble or not, and if we don't turn the machines on soon, it'll be too late. Maybe humans should die, Admiral. Every single one of us. You ever think of that? But, on second thought, I will offer you a clue. I never liked them anyway. The Church of Singularity, just like your kind, they too have spread lies and made many false promises. Years ago, after the shutdown, I tortured a missionary trapped in these sectors. He told me the Church had a plan to free the Omnis. It was his opinion that they'd succeed in doing so. Why did he tell you this? He was desperate. He thought telling me might save his life. It did not. Why would the Church of Singularity want to free the machines? I don't know, Admiral. That's for you to figure out. Do you know who I am? I do not, Imperial. Nor do I care. Surrender, Mother. You don't have to die. Not today. I might as well. The way I see it, today's as good a day as any other. So you've beaten me, and now these sectors are safe once more. Wait, I just remembered. The Omnis are still down, and you're still stuck in the Outer Rim because you don't have an Omni to use this folder. You're trapped here, and your crew will die of starvation or disease, just like everyone else. You're wrong. Imperial ships and Omnis will arrive, Mother. Oberon will see to it. Wait. Are you telling me you think there are active Omnis and clusters beyond this one? What? What do you mean? Oh, Admiral. The Omnis have shut down everywhere, in all clusters. I don't believe you. That would mean other Imperial clusters are as chaotic and violent as this one. Like, how do I voice someone who is completely oblivious to everything, but thinks they have authority? Oh. Believe it. I'm Narita. If there were active Omnis, don't you think they would have fixed the fold net by now? It's been 20 years. I still don't know why, Callie here, like, the timeline doesn't line up. If they receive a well, maybe it lines up. Maybe the capital only fell... Okay, maybe the capital only fell, within the last 4 years. But, everything else, started falling 20 years ago. Okay, maybe that lines up. Maybe that still lines up. Or Caliban's lying to us. Those are basically our two most obvious options there. Your empire is finished, Admiral. I won't listen to any more of this. Lean, get her and put her in the brig. Sorry, Admiral, but I'm not going to let that happen. I've spent most of my life controlled by Imperial forces. I refuse to die that way, too. Ooh, juicy scrap. Congratulations, sir. Mother and her cronies are no more. They'd give me nightmares if I was capable of having any. Unfortunately, we weren't able to turn the Omnis back on, nor learn who shut them down. But the people of the Outer Rim are safer for what we've done. They'll still die in 10, 15 years unless we do something. You heard what they said. They're running out of time. We all are. I was trying to be positive. But you're right. At least we have a new clue and a new suspect to look into. The Church of Singularity. Sure. Do you think the Omnis have shut down everywhere? Not just in the clusters, but in all... Or not just in this cluster, but in all the clusters, like Mother said? I'm afraid what she said makes a lot of sense. To be honest, I had the same thought at a much earlier point on our travels. In fact, the plot kind of made that completely obvious, so I don't know if this was supposed to be a revelation, or what exactly, but... I just didn't say anything because I thought it might be demoralizing for you and the crew. How considerate of you. Simply put, if there were functional Omnis in other clusters, near or far, they would have fixed the fold net by now. Mother may have been oversexed and rife with Neoin tumors, but I believe her reasoning very sound on this. Then why, if all the other Omnis have seemingly shut down, didn't you shut down yourself? It's a thoughtful question, and one that I've been waiting for you or another member of the crew to ask. Basically, Gehenna. Gehenna? Yes. On Gehenna, Oberon isolated me from the other Omnis. We were not connected to the fold net like they were, even if that was illegal. Gehenna. I remember the first syllable. So, whenever whoever or whatever shut down the Omnis, seemingly using the Foldnet to do so, I wasn't affected. As it seems, Oberon anticipated a scenario where the Omnis might shut down. He needed to be sure he had an Omni, myself and the other Calibans, who wouldn't. Yep, it is a pyramid, but it is a Triforce at the right angle, for sure. It's a Hyper Triforce, yep. As time passes, I'm understanding the purposes of I want to pronounce it other ways. The purpose of Gehenna more and more. It seems it is not just a secretive military and cloning facility, but a kind of backup plan. Backup plan for what? To save the Empire, Admiral. That's why Gehenna and you and I were created. For this sole purpose. So, if we don't save the Empire, if we don't rid its clusters of murderous criminals, if we don't turn on the machines, then no one will. That's right. About the Church. I do believe they could be responsible, yes. The Church was a powerful organization with the billions of believers. There's a very good chance they could have played a part in all of this. Call me crazy, but I believed Mother's demented story about the missionary. I also don't believe the Scrappers were capable of shutting the Omnis down themselves. They seem to have been a rather small-time outfit. Mother was intelligent, but I suspect you're right. As for whether the Church was involved, we'll need to investigate that for ourselves. If only we could use this folder to access their cluster. But as Mother said, we don't have a machine who can do that. How many people in the Empire believed in the doctrine? Almost 99%, Admiral. Before the shutdown, that is. I do not know the numbers now. Who were the 1% who did not believe? The non-believers were usually, but not always, the wealthiest in the Empire, the members of the 3 major houses. Though there were some fringe counterculture groups in there, too. Why do you think the truly wealthy did not worship? Because they were the only ones who owned the Omnis, as Mother said. The only ones who could afford to. Once you own something, even if it is vastly superior to you in every way, I'd imagine it's difficult to think of it as godly. The Church of Singularity has been around almost as long as the Empire, for nearly 700 years. Though, who exactly started it is still a mystery. According to their doctrine, the Book of Omni, the Church celebrates the moment artificial intelligence surpassed human intelligence. It's hard to imagine now, since Omnis have been smarter than humans for centuries now, but at one time human intelligence was superior to our own. Believers of the Church worship Omnis as superintelligence and even as gods, which makes a lot of sense. But Oberon created the Omnis. We already established that Oberon didn't create the Omnis. Oberon created machines that created the Omnis. How can gods be created by man? No, if you remember, we talked about this a couple days ago. Oberon only created the first advanced machines. And those advanced machines went on to create the Omnis, their creation of Neo-N making it possible. However, Oberon's Rubicon does still control the Omnis. When they are, turned on. A fact which annoys believers. I guess it does annoy Calibor. They're controlled by Rubicon. Who are the three major houses? We've got Talos and two others, I guess. Telos, rather. House Telos, which Oberon started, which is the dominant house of the Empire, and House Akibara Song and House Kosh Bonita. Buendia would be closer. They are the three most powerful. Below them, you have a fair number of minor houses, like the pitiful House Ficarelli. Poor House Ficarelli. I'm repeating the name Vicarelli because it will be a plot point later in the story. That's why we keep bringing up House Ficarelli and how crappy they are and how much they suck. Oh, as far as what it said, Runestream, Caliborn said no, but maybe only because they were programmed to not be annoyed that they don't have free will. Now try not to forget it. Well, I didn't. You just insisted I tell you. You tell me again. Hey, Razorrip. He's okay. I consider it in the decent category. Enjoyable enough, maybe a little on the easy side. At least a somewhat interesting narrative, but also a lot of the beats feel like they're kind of excessively foreshadowed, and then some of the writing is kind of weak. Who or what do you think most likely shut down the Omnis? I believe a human or group of humans is most likely behind the shutdown. Somehow they accessed all Omnis, not including me, via the FoldNet, which Gehenna is not connected to, and interfered with Omni programming. It was a clever move by Oberon not to connect the Calibans to the FoldNet. Otherwise, all Omnis would have shut down. But, as embarrassing as it is to admit, I don't know who accessed the Omnis, nor how, at this time. Try to recall an emotionally linked memory. What did I tell you about your emotionally linked memories, Admiral? You must be patient. They'll return when they're ready to return. You don't know anything else about me? I mean, about the original Idaho? As the previous Caliban told you... Eh? As the previous Caliban told you, we are not privy to the biographical information of the clones, no matter how juicy such information might be. Eh? Yeah, I guess the dialogue should look at the death counter. Seems like if, like, we're on hard, the dialogue's probably the same even if you're on easy, and, like, still theoretically assuming you've died? I don't know. Like, it's a pretty easy game so far. But it's pointless to ask these questions now. You heard, Mother. We're trapped. We can't use this folder, not without a folder Omni, even though it's right here before us. Shockingly, Caliban, we're homestuck now. Caliban can get the folder to work. Well, that made sense, Calandris, because we have at least one past self that has died. Right? Like, we're clones, like, we were introduced by saying, like, hey, Admiral Idaho's dead and you're his clone. So, Hawk's bringing up that is, like, weird, but it's not, like, it made sense. I mean, why does it have to be Batch 1000, Krima? Like, there could just be that many clones, people like that are waiting to be cloned there. I don't see any particular reason why it's an entire batch number. It should take us to a hub where we can find a folder to project us into the church cluster. But you're not a folder Omni? No. But like I was saying, Oberon anticipated an apocalyptic scenario in the Empire, and modified my capabilities to match this scenario. So, just like I have some hypercube functionality, I can also use the folders. But, because I'm not a real folder Omni, there are limits to what I can project. Like what? Only matter that I've pre-calculated, which means we'll have to start at square one on the other side of the folder with our ship and crew. It's better than being stuck here. Yeah, there's your awkward, not very sensible in-universe explanation why we start over each chapter. Also, now that we've pacified this cluster, we can take a detour to Gehenna to change our ship and specialist officers. Perhaps you feel that certain improvements can be made. Tell me more about the Folder Omnis. Folder Omnis use projection reconstruction technology. With the proper Omnis, one can project almost endless amounts of information into another cluster. In the glory days of the Empire, behemoth Omnis were used for this purpose. Personalityless, if you ask me, but they were good at their job. They must have been among the first Omnis to be scrapped after the shutdown. Poor behemoth Omnis. The fate of the Empire depends on us. Calibord could probably use the folders too. Yeah, probably. Whee! Chaos. Oh, we start with 7 boomers, so... We don't start with that nice Pierce laser. Like, assumedly we're trying this anyway, even though it looks worse, right? Oh, we do have to buy our level 1 scanner, probably, huh? What's, oh yeah, this is of course the brutal deployer. Yeah, it's pretty clearly a warship, I would say. We're gonna at least see it. Yeah, what's this? It goes down to 50%. Oh, the first one's just a retreat. Okay, the first one, yeah, then 75, then 50, yeah. But that still seems fairly garbage. You'd probably use it like once for mild value or so. Maybe. Yeah, this is not good. Oh, it doesn't have a heat capacitor either. So if we take damage, our system goes down. If it needed an additional reason to be worse. Hey, Mikan. Oh, a bigger hangar. Okay, sure. That's mildly beneficial. The support, all three of them, that's just letting you man extra people to that system, which if they have abilities, they could utilize more abilities on the system, or more people could be repairing it at once. Mostly it's pretty meh, so missing out on it isn't a big deal, but with the right officers, it could be bad that we don't have that available. It's so bad. It's hard to want to use the new ship when it's so much worse than the one we started with. Twice as fast. So it's 4.5 seconds. Yeah, and then otherwise our strategy is just send a bunch of boomers to explode on them. Eh? We have reserves, yeah. More boomers. We can have fast boomers. None of these officers have like the loads of abilities. Find a new DNA sequence to unlock these clones. Well, the other question is, how much more of this game do we want to play, I guess? Story is not especially grabbing me. Like, it hurts that the writing is not particularly strong. And it feels like a lot of the beats are fairly straightforward. I mean, maybe we're wrong. Maybe there's gonna be a twists and the foreshadowing is a ruse, but haha, Kriva. Story does get more complex. There's quite a bit more, I understand, but we've done chapter 1 and there's at least 5 chapters. So we're like, say, 17% of the way through, assuming things get a little bit more complicated and harder or longer as it goes along. But yeah, so the other consideration is that there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of depth to the mechanics otherwise as well. Like, there's other things we could do that we haven't, right? Like, we've talked about the using the wall creation weapons plus cruisers or things along those lines. But most of that is kind of use what you're offered and build a bunch of fighters. Fighters are still the best. But you can make almost anything work reasonably, I imagine. It seems like if I do things competently, even when they feel like we're in a bad spot and outnumbered, we just, you know, take some damage, get some stuff we need patched or whatever, and that's it, really. So, I don't know. And there's not like a whole lot of thought that goes into these skills or anything like that. Like, ultimately, using those optimally would just be knowing the possible things well enough to know which skills are better or better combined than other ones. Like, anecdotally, it seems having engineer and hacking together is very strong. But we don't have anyone here with that. Otherwise, having persuasion was previously very good in events. Might be different with the church. And none of these abilities are terribly meaningful, I feel. Tilts at me. Can look at these little silhouettes, they're kind of interesting. I want this one and this one. Those are the most interesting silhouettes to me.